You have probably spent your whole life thinking one massive check would solve every problem. A bonus, an inheritance, a settlement, a business exit, a lottery win. The fantasy is simple. Money arrives, stress disappears, but that is not how sudden wealth usually works. Because sudden money does not just change your bank balance, it exposes your system. If you do not have discipline, it exposes that. If you do not have boundaries, it exposes that. If you do not understand investing, it exposes that. If your identity is built around looking successful, it exposes that too. This is why people can receive more money in one moment than they have ever seen in their life and still end up broke again. Today, I'm breaking down the sudden wealth trap at 5 levels because the number changes, but the danger is always the same. If you do not build the system first, the money will not save you. It will just finance your own destruction. Let's start with the smallest level, the $6,000 micro windfall. This might be a tax refund, a work bonus, a commission check, a small legal payout, or money you were not expecting. This level is dangerous because it does not feel like serious money. It feels like permission, permission to upgrade, permission to buy the couch, permission to take the trip, permission to finally treat yourself. Psychologists call part of this mental accounting. Your brain puts money into different buckets, but a bonus, a refund, unexpected cash, that often gets treated like fake money. So instead of asking, how can this improve my financial position? Most people ask, what can I buy with this? And within a few weeks, the money is gone. The bank balance returns to normal. The stress returns to normal. And nothing meaningful changed. Before you buy the new couch, remember this. A bonus check may already have federal withholding taken out, but withholding is not the same thing as your final tax bill, so do not spend the number in your head. Plan around the money that actually lands. Now let's move to $60,000. This is the level where the money becomes meaningful. It can wipe out debt, build an emergency fund, fund retirement accounts, create a down payment, or change the next 5 years of your life. But it is also a psychological trap, because this kind of money often arrives during emotional moments. A family death, a divorce, a painful transition, a settlement after something bad happened. So the money does not arrive clean. It arrives attached to grief, guilt, pressure, confusion, and discomfort. And when money is emotionally heavy, people try to make the feeling go away. They spend fast. They give too much away. They upgrade too quickly. They make rushed decisions just to escape the discomfort. If you spend a meaningful windfall emotionally, you turn a rare financial opportunity into a short emotional escape. The smarter move is to pause. Do not make the money carry your grief. Make it protect your future. Are you honoring the money by building stability, or are you using it to numb a feeling? At $600,000, everything changes. This is the level of a major settlement, a startup payout, a strong real estate sale, a large inheritance, or a big career liquidity event. And for most people, this is the first time money becomes large enough to change their identity. You are not just deciding what to buy anymore. You are deciding who you are now. Do you tell your friends? Do you help family? Do you quit your job? Do you move? Do you invest all at once? This is where people start experiencing financial imposter syndrome. They feel rich on paper but not calm, and if the money is invested, a new problem appears. Ticker shock. Suddenly, your security is tied to a number that moves every day. One bad market week can feel like personal failure. The money is no longer small enough to ignore, but you may not yet have the system to manage it. At this level, The biggest risk is not poverty, it is panic. Now we reach $6 million. This is the founder exit level. The major liquidity event, the life-changing sale. The kind of number most people think will finally create peace. But for many high performers, it creates a new problem. The purpose vacuum. For years, their identity was tied to the mission. Then the exit happens, the money hits. Everyone says congratulations. And suddenly the mission is gone. That sounds like freedom. But for someone whose identity was built around pressure, it can feel like emptiness. And that emptiness can become expensive. This is where people make the classic mistake: lifestyle inflation before infrastructure. They buy the dream house, the cars, the second home, the private travel, the expensive hobbies. They upgrade the public lifestyle before building the private system. No tax plan, no investment policy, no estate plan, no spending policy, no trusted advisory team, just a huge bank balance and a new identity crisis, because $6 million can create freedom. But if you attach it to a $5 million lifestyle, it can also create a very expensive cage. Recap: $6,000 is a spending test. $60,000 is an emotion test. $6 million is a purpose test. The money gets bigger, but the test gets deeper. At $12 million, you are no longer just managing money, you are managing stewardship. This is the level where the old consumer mindset completely breaks. You cannot think like someone who just got a raise. You have to think like the manager of a financial system. At this tier, the problem is not, can I buy it? The problem is, what does this decision do to the system? This is where freedom can create fog. Because when almost every option is technically possible, decision-making gets harder. Without constraints, people drift. They isolate. They overspend. They chase meaning through luxury. They build a public lifestyle that quietly eats the private fortune. A large portfolio can produce serious annual cash flow, but if your public lifestyle costs more than your portfolio can safely support, you are not financially free. You are just managing a fortune that is slowly bleeding out. So what do you do if money suddenly lands? The first rule is the same: create a decision-free zone. For at least 30 days, do nothing dramatic. Do not quit your job. Do not buy the car. Do not buy the house. Do not announce the money. Move the money somewhere safe and boring while you think. High-yield savings, treasury bills, money market fund, short-term safe parking. The goal is not to maximize return in the first 30 days. The goal is to prevent damage, because the first wave after sudden money is emotional. Excitement, fear, guilt, pressure, confusion, validation, ego, and none of those emotions should be in charge of your financial future. After the pause, build the waterfall. First, taxes, then emergency reserves, then high-interest debt, then protection, then investing, then giving, then lifestyle. Because if lifestyle comes first, the money starts dying immediately. The real wealth is not the number on the screen. It is the system that keeps the number from disappearing. Sudden money does not automatically make you free. Sometimes it just gives your worst habits a bigger budget. Pause first, plan second, spend last. Subscribe if you are ready to stop performing wealth and start actually building it. Download the free Sudden Wealth Waterfall Checklist linked below. It shows the exact order to handle a windfall before emotions, taxes, family pressure, and lifestyle inflation start pulling it apart. Because catching money is one skill, keeping it is another. See you in the next one.